We're at Tullamore Mart. There's an Angus sale on today, pedigree Angus cattle. I'm up here to sell a bull, hopefully, showing to sell a bull. It's an unpredictable game. Well, when you're a farmer, you have to be a gambler, simple as that. You're taking chances all the time. There's a lot of things outside your control. My name is Martin Calvey. I live in Westport, County Mayo. We have a farm at home, a family farm at home, and I'm there since I was born. We keep sheep, we keep some lowland ewes, some hill ewes. We have a suckler farm as well. We breed some commercial cattle and we have some pedigree cattle. I'm married to Maria. We have 3 children, Kieran, Connor and Aisling.
Well, I'm Maria and I'm married to Martin, but I'm involved at the farm, help out with Martin and help out with paperwork and different things. I have a job as well, a job share.
In a family farm, that's what it is. They're all unpaid workforce. That's the reality. Yeah.
I'm Connor Calvey and I'm from Napabeg, Westport, County Mayo. I've got up at 3:30 in the morning today. Oh, I love going to the marts. Oh, it's very exciting when you're in the ring and selling them. It's very exciting.
The first memory actually I have of going to the mart, or actually it was a fair at the time. I went to the last fair there was ever in Westport. I was about 6 at the time, and I remember asking my father the night before, could I go to the fair? And he said, well sure, if you get up in the morning. My mother wasn't too anxious that I'd go, but I heard them up. So I got up, so my father allowed me to go along. So we walked the cattle into Westport. Yeah. And ever since that I'm going to the marts and the sheep fairs or any other sort of a market that's going. Yeah.
It's extremely exciting taking a bull to the show, but a person has to remember that isn't just one day in itself. This starts ever before the bull. He would chosen the cow and decide what he wanted to breed that cow to. And he knows all the genetics behind them. He knows the sire, the dam, the grandsire, the granddam. He knows all the genetics that are behind this animal. This isn't just happened yesterday or today. This animal has been watched since it was born. It's a culmination of a huge amount of work and interest on behalf of the family. Preparing the bull in itself, it's washed, it's shampooed, blow dried, trained how to walk properly. A lot of work goes into it.
When you bring them in from the field, you push them on a little bit of feeding to try and have them looking pretty good. You have to spend a little bit of time with them, training them to walk.
I think the way it has gone and increasing costs, that it is important that people would have a job as well. I would like to see one of them involved in the farming, even if it was as part-time, but I'd like to think they'd maybe spread their wings and then come back to the farm if they wanted to. You wouldn't like to force anyone to go into farming. It's a good, healthy lifestyle, you're your own boss. I mean, when you look out in Club A and it'll put you in good form, especially on a good day.
At this stage now for me it's more serious, like that's where you make your bit of an income. People think you just turn up with an animal like that on the day, but it just doesn't happen that way. Well, it's a bonus if you get a prize, definitely, but it's not the be-all and end-all. It's the judge's opinion on the day, it's just one man's opinion, but it's the men that's round the ring here today that'll count.
We came second in our class. Yeah, that's good enough, but I thought we could have came first.
On the day, it's impossible to say. It's absolutely impossible to say. You just don't know who's taken interest in the bull. 33, 54, 34, 34,
50, 35, 35, sell them now, 6, 36, 36, 36, 50, 36, 50, 36, 50, sell upstairs, 36, 50 and sell now, 36, 7, 37, 37, 50 and sell, 37, 50, sell upstairs, 37, 50 and selling, 37, 50, we're all finished now, lads.
Well, we're after going through the sales ring now, and we ended up at 37.50. Happy enough with that.
37.50. Give a round of applause, lads. That's our joint best today. Well done, Paddy.
It just means you have a little bit of cash flow coming in. It'll meet bills now coming along again, you know. That's what makes the world go round. You breed them and you raise them and you sell them and try and make the best you can out of them. And so all we have to do now is change the hall, gather up the stuff and head for home. Or we'll stop on the way down, or we might have a little treat on the way down with Evan Connor and get back into the lambing again. Well, look, Paul.
Oh, the family farm absolutely has a future because it's intrinsic in the local economy. It's where they live, it's where they work, it's a way of life, and they are, after all, the keepers of the landscape and the environment, the protectors of it going into the future. And so it is sustainable, and with the help that they get from Teagasc as well, we hope going forward that it will be for the next generation.